What Juan Soto's deal means for Mets, Yankees rest of MLB. Juan Soto is headed across town to the New York Mets for $765 million. After weeks of speculation, the superstar outfielder announced his decision on Sunday night, ending his stay in the Bronx after one season. His 15-year, $765 million contract is now the largest in MLB and American sports history. How does it change the Mets' outlook for 2025 and beyond? Where should the New York Yankees and other Soto suitors go from here? And what does the mind-boggling contract mean for baseball? Our experts weigh in on the biggest questions about Soto's record-setting deal. $765 million. What do you make of Soto's record-setting money? Jorge Castillo. It's more money than I expected Soto would receive when the season ended. Back then, $600 million seemed like the target. But Soto's combination of age and talent made a huge contract a certainty. And it turns out that when you add a few deep-pocketed, big-market franchises, the price soars. It was a perfect storm for Soto, and he cashed in. Alden Gonzalez. Keep in mind that the MLBPA values Shohei Ohtani's contract at roughly $438 million after the massive deferrals. Deferrals he volunteered, it should be noted. That Soto tops him by this much is wild. We're talking about a player who many project will become a DH within the next few years, blowing past another who is a two-way phenomenon, not to mention one who generates enormous revenue from Japan. It speaks to the singularity of Soto's hit tool, the appeal of his age, and the impact of so many big-market teams chasing a Scott Boras client. Buster Olney. This is the first time Steve Cohen attacked with the bare-knuckled financial power he possesses. 2 winters ago, the Mets could have used someone like Aaron Judge for their lineup, but perhaps in deference to Hal Steinbrenner and the other owners who approved Cohen's purchase of the team, Cohen politely stood by and didn't bid him up. Maybe it's because Cohen is now 4 years into his pursuit of a championship, or maybe it's because he saw Judge as a homegrown Yankee and Soto being fair game. Or maybe it's because Cohen, and the rest of the baseball world, recognizes that Soto is one of the greatest hitters of all time. But he used the power of his wealth, and the Mets landed a generational hitter. And Soto has the most lucrative contract ever, way beyond anything Shohei Ohtani probably dreamed of a year ago. David Schoenfield. No matter how you slice it, no matter how deep the pockets of Steve Cohen, it's a mind-numbing total. Look, Soto is a generational hitter. He's young enough that the risk is lower than that of other players who have signed these super long-term deals. But I'll repeat what I wrote when I graded this signing. Soto is not Ohtani. Over his 3 seasons before reaching free agency, Ohtani averaged 9.5 WAR per season. Soto averaged 6.3 WAR over the past 3 seasons. He's not the all-around player of Mookie Betts at his best, or Mike Trout when healthy, or even Bobby Witt Jr. 2 things can be true at once. Soto makes the Mets better, and they probably overpaid to sign him. What does it mean for the Mets to land Soto as the face of their franchise for the next 15 years? Castillo. It means they're legitimate World Series contenders for years to come. The Mets were 1 step from a World Series appearance in 2024. In a year they were projected as a fringe playoff contender. The National League East has belonged to the Atlanta Braves and Philadelphia Phillies in recent years. That might be changing.